So I'm here at OmegaCon, and I am here with Mr. Matthew DeMeritt, and he plays a special character that I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with. And what character is that, Matt?
I played E.T. in the movie E.T. I was the stunt E.T. They used me in all the scenes where E.T. had to fall down because the main actors, Pat Bailon and Tamara Detrue, were short and they had brittle bones. So if they asked them to fall down, they would have broken their bones. So I volunteered to take the hits.
So you were doing the drunk scene of E.T.?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what other scenes did you do of E.T.?
I did all the scenes where E.T. fell down. So in the Halloween scene where they took a picture and E.T. falls down because the flash shocks him.
Oh, okay.
And then all the kitchen scenes. And so the scene where he gets hit in the head with the refrigerator door, that was me.
Oh. So are you also the one that when he's riding in the bicycle?
No one was in that because, well, first of all, it would have been top heavy if they'd put another human being on that bike. So they used a doll, just kind of stuffed with styrofoam, basically. It was like a latex costume. It was the head, which didn't have any kind of animation to it. It was just like still head.
So how did come about moving around with E.T. in the costume? How did you do that?
Okay, so I was born without legs, and so I've always walked on my hands to get around. And best way to explain that is, have you ever seen the movie Interstellar?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, that was a Christopher Nolan movie. Anyway, this the worst designed robot in the history of cinema is in that. It just looks like a refrigerator, and it's got little metal flanks to the side, and to go forward, it puts its legs on the ground, and it pulls its torso forward. That's normally how to get around. I demonstrate it for you right now, but we can't. But that's the best way to explain it. So go watch Interstellar to see how I normally walk. Well, in E.T., I had to lift my torso up with my hands. So my hands served as my legs with my torso above the ground like this. And I had to walk on my hands, basically. And that's how I did E.T. You know, what's funny, though, is some rumor. It's not a rumor, but it's misinformation. Someone said that I was standing upside down. I was doing a handstand in the costume, and that's how I walked. So some people believe but I did not do that. That would be physically impossible for me to do a handstand. I think it's already hard enough walking on my
That'd be
hands.
incredible.
Exactly. So, okay, to clear up that rumor finally. I don't know why I keep calling it a rumor. It's not salacious. But anyway, so yeah, is that pretty clear how I walk in the costume?
Okay. Yeah, because I've seen
and so the head was on top of my head, basically.
Oh, okay.
And so for this, no actors was in the costume because when the neck extended and the face did all its articulation, that's like a lot of like heavy electronics. So that's just a doll itself. It's like an animatronic puppet, basically, that was being operated by like 4 or 5 operators. And so no one was in the costume for those scenes.
So throughout the whole experiments and with your career and everything, how was it in the moment like so enjoyable? Like, what can you basically describe how enjoyable it was?
Okay, here's a good story behind that. When I was before E.T., I was bullied a lot as a kid, and I had a hard time dealing with that. E.T. came along right at the peak of that bullying. And as soon as I got on the set, I met Robert and Henry. We became, Henry Thomas played Elliot, and Robert McNaughton played his older brother. And we immediately bonded and started hanging out. And all of a sudden, it's like when I would go back to school, the bullying stopped. So I think it gave me a sense of confidence that they sensed. That my bulliers sensed, and then they laid off me. They didn't know anything about E.T. This was while we were filming E.T., but they didn't know that, So it's weird, but it must have been something else. It must have been a sense of confidence that I got from that. That was the most enjoyable thing. It's my first job, and it was pretty cool. The repercussions of it were pretty cool. It's positive for my life.
Well, Matt, that is an incredible story, and thank you for bringing a huge character alive for everyone, because I know a lot of people are like, that's my favorite character. and I know it's my sister's favorite character too.
Awesome.
And so come to OmegaCon, come check him out. And is there anything you would like to say to our viewers that are watching?
I look forward to seeing you. Please come down.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Oh.